I just And good morning. Welcome back to I forget what number it is, Caroline.
33rd.
33rd annual U.S. Go Congress here in San Diego. Chris Garlock here today with Caroline Lee. Welcome, Caroline.
Hello.
Okay. So we've got, this is day 2 officially, and we kicked off a lot of tournaments yesterday. And so I wanted to have Caroline, who is our Tournaments Bureau Chief. Yeah, got a big promotion from last year. So there are a number of tournaments here at the Go Congress, both rated and unrated. And so we wanted to kind of go through, during the week, we will be reporting to you about these tournaments. So we thought it would be a good idea if you actually knew what they are. So let's take them from the top.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, we've got a great combination of both serious tournaments and less serious tournament play in terms of, a lot of old favorites that have come back that people like playing in this year. So, of course, the main tournament this week is the U.S. Open, which is every morning, except for Wednesday, of course, which is the day off. We have there's a huge turnout this year. We've got a lot of players, and the tournament director is Matthew Hirschberger again, who also directed last year, doing a great job. I know for a fact that the round 2 pairings are already up downstairs.
I should say, Matthew, props to Matthew. The tournaments, traditionally with this, and we have hundreds of people in the U.S. Open, and so you can imagine with drops and buys, and this is not my ranking, and there's always stuff.
There's always something.
Something.
And he's just on top of everything, and
it starts
never
on time.
He never looks like he's in a rush.
It's a little concerning. Yeah. The way I saw him walking down the hall, and he was just calm as a cucumber. I'm like, really?
Yeah, I mean, he came into the e-journal room this morning and was like, does anybody have some paper I might use?
So the tournament starts right on time, which is really important, because if any of you who have played in tournaments know, what you don't really want to do is be sitting around I've seen tournaments, start hours late.
Exactly.
This one doesn't.
Nope. On time every morning, which is fantastic. So Matthew is also directing the U.S. Open Masters division, which is the strong players tournament, so all 7 down and above. Pros playing in it also this year. So that is going on every round of the U.S. Open plus 3 more rounds in the evenings.
Including tonight.
So there was 1 round last night, which was the second round of the U.S. Open Masters division. This morning is the 3rd round, and the 4th round is going to be tonight at 7 p.m.
We should mention, by the way, the crosstabs for both the Masters and the Open are both up, and thanks to Matthew and to Steve Colburn, they are all up to date. So if you want to see the pairings for this coming 3rd round this morning, right?
Right.
Those are up right now. You can see who's going to be playing who. And the games that we have recorded, which are usually the top 5 to 6 games, those SCF records, if you didn't catch them when we were broadcasting them, are also there for your downloading and to take a look at. So our system is really working well today. Not good.
Right, yeah.
All right, what's next?
Okay, so there's a couple of smaller tournaments that have happened already in terms of the beginnings of the tournament. So the first one that was open to all players of the Congress was the 9x9 tournament, which happened on Saturday night after registration and the opening ceremonies. So that one, the winners of the table winners will be playing off throughout the week, and then we'll end up with a Don champion and a Q champion at the end of the week. That's an old favorite. And so also the 13x13. So both of the tiny board tournaments have happened already this week. So the 13x13 was last night, and we have table winners for that. So that's also going to be the playoffs are going to be happening at times convenient to the table winners throughout the week to also end up with the champions that will be announced.
And I would say that neither of those are rated tournaments. But,
no, not at all.
But 9x9 and 13x13 are serious. I mean, I watched some of those games. That's a tough game.
And they're really, especially the fighting games, because the board is so small that the strategy is completely different. And you're going to make a lot of choices that you would never make when you have this much space on a Go board.
It's huge.
So everything is very sort of like focused, and the winner of the fight is the winner of the game, which does not happen.
No
usually.
recovery, right?
Right? Yeah, there's no coming back from that. If you lose one of your groups on a 9x9 or a 13x13, you're done.
Now, one of my favorites is happening tonight.
Yes. So tonight we have the Lightning Tournament, which is a lot of people's favorites tournament. TD'd as ever by Keith Arnold,
Always.
who I'm sure will go through the rules at lightning speed, just like the games that will be played after.
I think it takes 5 seconds for him to do it or something.
He has this list and this list and this list and this list and go.
Well, the main thing he does is that to do the pairings, he just has everybody line up around the outside of the room in strength order.
Yep.
So there's no fancy pairings. It's just like, top players over here, right on down, and then, all right, take your tables.
Exactly. So then he counts off,
By six.
Yeah, 6 people to a table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I love shooting this taking photos of this tournament are just so great because from the beginning, it's just action-packed.
Exactly. And the photos of Keith often are great because he is just going through it real quickly and he gesticulates, like this, and he's
in his
at
element.
People. It's really great.
Just tonight at 7.
7, yeah.
For obvious reasons, we do not broadcast those games because those are full board games.
Yes.
Sudden death.
10 minutes.
10
on
minutes.
the clock.
Which is not as long as you think,
No,
but it's
goes
also not
by-
as short as you think.
No, it's really easy to get fooled in the opening and think that you have saved enough time for later, and that's almost never the case.
That's right.
So it always ends up being really crazy at the end of each
It's a great
game.
tournament.
Yeah,
I almost never get to play because of the stuff that we're doing for the E-Journal, but I've sometimes been able to sneak into the Lightning because it only takes a couple hours in the evening, and the games are boom, boom, boom.
Yep,
So
they're real
highly
fast.
recommended if you haven't played it before, you want to check it out.
And if you don't want to play, honestly, it's just a lot of fun to watch.
Yes.
So let's see, what have we got next? So we have a couple other tournaments that are going on throughout the week and not on individual nights, and a couple of those have started already. So yesterday we had the first rounds of the seniors tournament, which is a really fun tournament. It's open to any players who are 55 and above.
Ooh, I'm eligible.
You could play.
If I had the time.
And the great thing is it's filled with long-time Congress attendees.
I saw them
kept
playing.
coming back
Yes.
year after year after year. And so it's just, I went in to watch the beginning, after you get the initial pairings, and they sat down for the first round, and it was great. I mean, I felt like it was like a mini version of what happens on registration day. Everyone gets together. It's a smaller group, but a lot of them have been old friends for a long time. And
I know everybody in that group, and it is kind of like a reunion.
Yeah.
It's really kind of nice. And this is only a few years old, this particular tournament.
yeah, this is just in its second year.
Yeah.
And last year, it was really, the players had a lot of fun, and this year, and the tournament director has a lot of fun too. That's Greg Kulovich, and he knows a lot of those people too, and so that's always a lot of fun for him. He told me he had a great time. So that's really fun. And then the other one,
the other end of the spectrum, because I saw a lot of little girls.
right? Yeah, no, that one actually, according to the schedule, is not started yet. So
There must have been some other event then.
the women's tournament started
okay.
yesterday also. So the first round of the women's tournament was yesterday, directed also by Lisa Scott. So that one's going really well. She tells us we have a strong field this year. So there's a good amount of players in the women's tournament this year that are strong Don players, which is really exciting. Although she did say that the turnout for the women's tournament is actually impacted by the fact that it overlaps with the seniors tournament.
It would,
because
yes,
a lot
that's
of
right.
the women that come back every year have to choose if they want to participate in the women's or the seniors. And so a few of them this year decided to play in the seniors tournament.
But it raises an interesting sort of, problem, opportunity at the Congress, which is, there is so much to do, so many options that you sometimes have to make these choices. Should I play in the seniors tournament? Should I play in the women's tournament? The Lightning tournament, or some casual games, or go watch the Masters. I mean, it's a good problem.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely the kind of problem you want to have, right?
Yes.
And, I mean, nobody's like walking around bored, so.
No, I haven't heard any official complaints.
Right, yeah, not official, but So those two tournaments are underway, and then you hit on another tournament that's also in its really early years. I believe this is the second year. I'll have to double check on that. But the under 16 girls tournament. So those are going to be on Tuesday and Friday. The rounds are going to be Tuesday and Friday afternoons at 1:30. And that is, well, I mean, the title of it is pretty to the point.
There's a lot of people for that. I've seen a lot running around.
Yeah, and the demographic population that is allowed to play in that tournament is large, and I believe that the turnout last year was also quite good for that tournament.
So we just have a couple more minutes. I want to make sure we just hit the other quick ones before we give you your preview.
Yeah, absolutely. So another old favorite, the Die Hard tournament for everybody who doesn't want to break on Wednesday. That's of course going on again. Also TD'd by Andy Olson, who's been TDing that tournament for a good amount of years now. Yeah. So that should be good. Let's see. Of course, the North American Parago Championship
on Thursday.
On Thursday evening at 7. That always is a lot of fun for everybody who wants to play Parago. Plus, is a really great competition at the upper levels because the strategy for Parago is so much different, and you have to sort of judge if you would be better to respond to something or your opponent. So then you have to take a.
I tried it. It is so hard. The only thing I like about Parago personally is that it makes regular Go seem so much easier.
Right.
Parago is tough. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, you really have to learn to master the Parago. It's a Parago Tsuji, right? When you play a Sente move to give the move back to your opponent who you think is gonna do a correct thing in a situation, which is
it really is. And when you watch, and another one is it's fun to take pictures of because people have such a good time. It's not like the U.S. Open where people are really concentrated and serious. This is
but then at the same time, there are a lot of pairs who have been playing with each other for a long time, so they're really familiar with each other's strategies and sort of can anticipate. They have a good dynamic, and so that's really fun to watch too, especially at the high level.
Oh, you're going to be playing in that this year?
I'm not playing.
No, I forgot you're not because
I'll be hosting the commentary on the top board.
We're very happy to have you on that.
Oh,
I'm sorry to take you away from your partner on that one.
That's all right. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Okay.
The last one I want to touch on is the Evening League, which is also in its second year this year. So that's another new one. It's gotten a tech upgrade this year. So that one is an evolution of the self-paired tournament. So people can play self-paired rated games throughout the week that can be submitted to the tournament, but then there are also 4 nights of sort of mediated play where it's like, okay, this is the time for the Evening League. People get together, can play their games then, but you can submit any games throughout the week. They've gotten a tech upgrade this year. So there's actually a web app that Andrew Hall's been working on because he's been running something similar in the Boston Go Club before. And we're getting
our producer Babs is giving us the clue. We got to wrap up.
Right. Yeah. So that's great because the results are posted up live. So we're going to be posting updates for links to that so people can see statistics and how many games people have won and like where they are sort of throughout the week, which is really fun for watching sort of the self-paired develop.
Well, no, so I was going to say that Caroline really is our tournament's person, and so you can watch for her reports. I think you're working on one now, actually.
Yeah, there will be an update this morning that'll have the link to that web app as well, so people can see that, plus the schedule for the tournaments that are going to be going on today, and updates from a couple of the tournaments that happened in the last day or so.
Well, Caroline Lee, thank you very much for
You're
that.
Welcome. Thanks for having me on.
Watch for all of that on usgo.org. Coming up, Babs, if we could move that a little bit this way so I can actually see the time, that would be great. Thank you. All right. As Caroline mentioned, round 3 will be beginning momentarily. That's what we have to get out of here so that you can see that get started. Feng Young, who is fabulous, will be doing the commentary starting around 9:30. And we'll also, of course, be broadcasting on KGS, and I actually don't remember who's doing the commentary there, but we will be doing that as well. 3 o'clock is the round 2 of the Redmond Cup Senior Finals. That's probably going to wrap up today. William Shee is doing the comments on that. And then Masters round 4, as you mentioned tonight, at 7 o'clock, and Stephanie Yin. That'll be fun.
Yeah, she's
Stephanie
great.
will be terrific. Stephanie's comments will start around 7:30 or so, whenever she decides that the games have gotten interesting enough to take a look at. So with that, that's going to do it for this morning's preview. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you very much, Caroline.
Thank you, Chris.
And we'll see you next time. Nice job.
Good morning, San Diego. It's now 9 a.m. and we start on time. So I ask if you want to continue your conversation, leave the ballroom. So we have all of these are important and you should at least hear them once. So you can't come to me later today and say, I was never told. Everyone got the handbook. And it's right after the schedule, we put in a disclaimer saying times are subject to change. So don't believe everything that's in the handbook. It's a guide, not me. Outside the door, posted on the left and the right, are the stage activities as we best know them as of this moment. The pro schedules, the simultaneous exhibitions. Okay, so here's the first important thing, which was misdone in the handbook. The master schedule. So if you want to go and watch the really great players play who are behind that wall, they are playing tonight, which I think is Monday and not Tuesday. Because Tuesday is the night before the open day on Wednesday, and pros want to party. As well I know, I walked into my room this morning and someone was sleeping in my bed. I slept at home last night, so it's a surprise. Okay, so not Tuesday, but tonight. And the third evening will be Friday, and the ultimate game will be, the penultimate game, will be broadcast here with commentary from the pros with what's being played around the wall. Okay, yesterday we had a small problem with everybody being out of the foyer and nobody being able to hear the morning game reviews. So in the morning, we're going to put the reviews in salons, which are rooms around here. So I'll put this up on the door, so when we leave and you want to find a pro to analyze your game, you go to the right salon. But the way we have it, salon number 2, there'll be 1 fuse through 5 rounds, which is over here. Salon 3 is the last one. I'm already losing my voice. It's not going to be a good day. 5 fuse to 1 fuse. Salon 7, which is up the stairs or the elevator, will be the 30 fuse to 5 fuse. All right, so we heard some comments about breakfast yesterday. And there were people came to me, I went to management, and if you had breakfast today, you'll notice the difference, I suspect. However, yesterday I treated you not to harass the staff. People were taking their complaints to the staff and not to me. So I had one staff member, she was so embarrassed during breakfast by people that she didn't even wear her staff shirt to lunch. And worse yet, that woman was my wife. And I don't take very, I won't go on, but you could be in trouble if I catch you doing that. You can ask me questions, complaints come to me. Because I know the right numbers to dial to get the job done. Yesterday it was too cold in here. We thought when we filled it up with all these glorious bodies it would warm up. We were wrong. So when we asked it to be turned up a little bit today, I'm sure someone will come and say it's too hot. But I want to hear it, not the staff. Moving on to a lighter note. One of the traditions is the Bob High Song and Poetry Contest, where you pick a popular tune, you put some go words to it, you volunteer to sing it at the awards banquet. If you win, there are special prizes. Okay, there'll be a box out on the registration table with entries, and so you put them in there. We also have a lost and found box out there. I think there's a missing cell phone. What a surprise. Where's mine? Got it. Okay. The Mind Sports Academy has a table out front. They're an online Go tournament site that you can sign up for free, and they have cash prizes for tournaments every day. So if you want lots of games, it's the place to be. So stop by and say hi. She has handouts. She's very friendly. Okay, next. We have a message board now where we can post changes in the schedules and outrageous things like Texas Hold'em poker games, I guess, which was in my suite last night. I wish I would read my own messages. But say you're looking for someone to go to the airport with and get a taxi with on Sunday morning. That would be a place to put your name and thing. But you can only use blue 3M tape. They must have an agreement with the 3M company, but that's the only thing. As you look at these schedules around the side, it's all blue tape. So don't take thumbtacks, don't take Scotch tape. It has to be blue. I can't even make out my last thing this year. But we do have the U.S. Open Tournament Director who would like to say a few words, and I'll try to decipher my handwriting. Oh, I know what this is. There will be no more 9 a.m. group trip discussions. It seems like everybody with their little cell phones now are planning their own trips and can get there on their own, and they don't even know like to get up early. So, usually that helping. Okay, Matthew Hirschberger.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to round 2. Before I kick off the tournament, I have been informed that the little coffee shop that's just over that way outside will give you a steep discount on coffee if you bring your own cup. So everybody got a little coffee mug in their goodie bag. So put it to good use and caffeinate before your games. Parents roll up. I think everybody has found their opponent. Looks like it. If anybody does not arrive, games will be forfeited after 30 minutes. I will make a separate announcement at 9:30 about that. If you or anyone you know has lost a game by forfeit, they will be removed from the rest of this tournament until they come and talk to me. So please come and talk to me, and tell anybody else to come and talk to me if they lost a game by forfeit. They do not show up for a round. They need to see me. Please turn off your clocks when you finish your game, and please try to keep your voices down while others are still playing. Thank you, and you may begin your games.
Excuse me. We always have extra announcements that I forgot about. It probably was on my list, but I was speed reading. We have self-care tournament, which means you want to play more weighted games. Find someone with your approximate rank, and there are sheets and boxes with results in the back, and we get hundreds of those every Congress. They will be rated, so it's a chance of getting lots of games in. Thank you for pointing it out. Any other announcements? Last chance, play on.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the 33rd Annual U.S. Go Congress. We're here in sunny San Diego, California. And this morning, we're back covering the U.S. Open Masters Round 3. And here joining us today is Feng Yun, 9-dan professional.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing fine, thank you.
Enjoying the weather?
Yes, very sunny.
It's very beautiful out there.
Yes.
And you're a frequent visitor to the U.S. Go Congress, right?
Yeah, well, most of the Congress escape few, but this is a good Congress this year.
Awesome. We do have a really great Congress this year. So what we're looking at today is actually one of the top board games. In fact, board 1, the game is between Hu Ziyang, 2-dan pro, taking black against Zirei Song. He's also known as Tim Song, 1-dan professional. Both players are very strong. And so we do expect this to be a very high quality match.
Or close game, close fight.
Yeah. What's your opinion of the game so far?
Well, I think maybe still too early to say who's leading, but we'll see. Do you know the background of these two players? I think Hu Ziyang is from China Go Association. He got a pro certificate from China. How about the Song Zirui or Tim? Do you know? I don't know much about him.
I certainly know that he did play in the AGA City League, the Penn and AGA City League for the Greater Washington team.
I see.
So yeah, he's one of their top competitors.
Okay.
And
he's a pro from China or from Korea?
I think so.
Okay.
I think he's a pro from China.
Oh, I see.
So yeah, both of them are very strong. I remember seeing Hu Ziyang in the winners list of the North American Masters tournament. That was.
I don't know how many times, but at least there are
quite a few.
Quite a few. Wow. Okay.
Both of them are very strong.
Track. Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe let's go over some of the moves.
All right. Let's take a look at the game and see how we've come so far. Right. So Hu Ziyang is taking black, and Zirei Song is taking white. Start point.
How about this? If it's on this side of the board, you play it. If on this side, I'll play it.
Right. We have two sets here. We've got the perfect setup for that. So it looks like black's moves are on this other side.
Okay. So the black's opening seems it's very classic opening.
Right.
So normally white will take another corner, whichever the moves white wanted to take the corner. I think black will enclose this corner. So that's very old-fashioned.
This is very popular, right?
It is, and now nowadays I think a lot of people play the large knight's move as well.
Do you have a preference whether this one or that one's better?
Not really. I think it depends on people's style. Some people like to, or sometimes it depends on the mood on the day. Maybe you want to try something new.
If they're feeling aggressive or defensive.
Right.
So in the game, white approach the corner.
That, of course, it stops black and close the corner.
Right.
So black could take another corner.
So in the game,
Excuse me.
It's the 3-space high pincer. Now it's getting complicated.
Well, there's a lot of choices right now. You can take another corner, just ignore it. Just like white gets 3-5, and you approach the corner. That's normal. So at this point, I think really any choice will be just your preference, and you can 2-space, 1-space, high and low. Let's see how they start with the 3-space.
Right.
Pincer.
So in the game, white took another corner.
That's interesting. Okay, so let's see if white just simply take the corner and black will enclose the corner, right?
Yeah.
So now it's just same as if he just white just trying to stop black enclose this corner. Here or here, so he made this exchange. Not necessarily to white's advantage. So that's just as if black played some kind of similar to mini Chinese opening.
Yeah.
But normally you don't want to invade it right away.
Right.
Because we know Chinese opening, Saren said, all these framework. The Moyo game that you try to approach from the side is more open. So that just as if black made mini Chinese opening, white invade right away. I really don't like that much for white.
It feels like jumping into a pincer, right?
That's right. What the other move white could consider is just make a jump. That's also, excuse me, a Joseki.
So black will jump out 2 spaces here.
Yeah, and then you can just leave it and take another corner.
Oh, so you can actually leave the current position in the corner and play somewhere else.
Right, so that you can finish this Joseki. You could continue pincer, but you could just leave it like that, and then you, for example, you can still take that corner. And what this does is when black kick, you could play something like this.
Wow.
So you can see the difference here between, later we'll see the actual game. So white looks heavy and this looks more flexible. For example, something like that.
And there'll be a running battle?
Yeah, that would be white has a weak group and black this stone is also weak. The weak we mean that they both don't have extension, have enough base, so they have to run.
Right.
And for example, this is what I would predict that it's gonna happen. So I would, if I were white, I would prefer this.
You prefer white in this position?
No. I mean, if I were white and I was pincered, I wouldn't leave it long, and I would make this 2-space jump. So then I will predict, or I expect we'll get this result. I think it's better to jump out to avoid. You can see in the actual game that a black gets play the kick, and white gets kicked, and something like this. It just feels white is quite heavy.
White's being attacked.
Being attacked. But if you jump out, you might have more flexibility. Easier to handle this group.
So if you were playing as white, and instead of taking another corner, you would have jumped out and dealt with this group immediately.
First. Oh, the jump out is a center, so I will still get that corner. So what I'm trying to do is trying to avoid what happened in the actual game. So white, these 2 stones look really heavy. So if I jump out, it kind of harder for black to attack these 2 stones because white is already out, and I can still get the last corner. That would be my thinking. The other option is you ignore the corner, you get a pincer. That would be fine too, because white has that corner. That's perfect pincer. Then I think a black might just ignore to get this corner.
I see.
Right. So that's white's choice. But I think, well.
But even if white still jumps out, white still has a chance of taking this corner later.
Right away. After you jump out, you can take that corner right away because everyone is try to get the last corner. Yeah, so it's important.
Actually, we saw one game yesterday in which both players were fighting in this area, and then one of the corners was never taken until much later in the game.
Yes, sometimes it happens that way because the fighting is so intense. No one have a chance to Tenuki to take the corner.
Right.
But anyway, let's follow their game. So kicked.
Kicks.
Oh, white Tenuki. Okay, that's good.
Black responds here. White extends. Oh, oops, sorry. On the side.
Approach right away.
Approaches this way.
Black can also get this move. and I think that would be really good move for black to get. So that makes perfect tiger mouse here, and this stone is really damaged, or you can say captured. So that's a huge move. But what I think is black expect this is also a center move. Expect that a white will jump.
Right.
But the problem is when white jumps, and white the next move could come back to enclose this corner. So you don't want to be enclosed. Then you have to jump out. Right?
Yeah.
And then the white gets chance to move out the stone. So if I were black, well, this is really just a different style. If I were black, I would take that. And as black is really strong, they're really not very good move for white to approach on this side.
Right.
So especially the corner still open, so there's a lot of big area on this side. So white probably will go here, and later I probably get this too.
So this feels really solid, right?
Yes, I like solid. I like this
solid
move.
too.
I like this move a lot. If white is not responding for my kick, I definitely will try to get this move.
Yeah. So there's no chance of white stone running out from here, right?
Not after black have this move.
I see. So in the game, black did play here, and white jumped out as we predicted.
Okay, so I want to mention why white needs a move. For example, if white play anything else, let's say white make a corner encloser, which is big move, we call the big move, or you can do Chinese opening. Yeah, that's a big move as well. But what happened here is black has this move, work with the stone.
Seems very severe.
Yes, so there's a perfect cut for black. So you can see this move here really helps black connect.
Wow.
That would be a perfect cut.
So in that case, white will be cut into two parts.
Oh yeah, that would be really difficult for white. And I'm trying to explain to everyone that the reason why white needs a move is because of that. So
this is a very common shape in our game.
Right.
So probably good to know, for me at least. So in the game, black actually made this exchange first.
Oh, peep first.
Yeah. Right. I'd like to mention, by the way, that if you're watching on YouTube and Twitch, feel free to ask questions, and we will respond to them right away. And that's white connects.
Jump out.
Jumps out.
So why black make this exchange? What do you think?
So maybe there's more stuff in this area?
Definitely black is trying to leave some AGA here.
Right.
AGA means a potential move.
Yeah.
But the question is why black make this exchange, then jump out. Can black jump out later to attack from here? What's the difference? Or we can think about what is in the black player's mind, what they're thinking when they play this move. So I think. So what do you think?
I see that it feels like a probing move. I see that a lot in strong players' games. So when they're playing in one local position, they seem to make some sort of asking move. So
Asking
sort
move.
of a question,
Right.
trying to determine which way white would respond.
Go next.
Yeah.
Right. I think maybe if black jumps out later, peep here, white might have other choices instead of connecting. Maybe try to connect under. So I think this. At first, I think we have to make clear how black's gonna play next. Even if you get what you wanted. Yeah. Then what? Right?
So what happens next, right?
Exactly. What happens next is important. I think the next move, black is going to go here.
Oh.
Because black has some sentence, using this stone here, has some sentence, and black's goal is to try to separate white into two groups.
Right. And if white blocks the other way, what would happen?
Then black will connect. I think that's what it, black is. Yeah, that lots of points, get lots of points. Instead, you can compare if white gets this, white gets lots of points too.
Yeah.
But still, this very urgent to try to save that stone. I think white extended out.
Yes, as a natural game. And black did defend. Okay.
Right. So at this point, I don't really feel comfortable for black, because if you look at the situation, this stone, if you have this position, you wouldn't play a stone here. It wouldn't play a move here. Do you agree?
It's kind of small, right?
It's too narrow. This is only one space. And that's another reason, let's go back, and that's another reason if I were black, I definitely will go here first and try to get that next.
Because then you can get 3 spaces, right?
Yeah, and I just don't like when white extend, black is kind of overly concentrated. It's just not feel very comfortable. But still, I think it's very close game.
Yeah.
So let's continue where white goes next.
So white pincers from the top side.
Wow. Okay. So white has a 2-weak stone. So instead of running away, white is pincer black.
Right.
Okay. So let's see. Without this white stone, black. We all can see there's a move that black could enclose and then capture it.
Oh,
but
that would be in danger.
Yeah, that's basically, I think it's captured. But if white has this move here, so this is indirect to help these 2 stones. So white has this move. If black plays same move, white will slide and try to connect under.
Oh, so there's a way of escaping.
Yeah, so or make the capture really small, not much of territory, not much points.
Right.
So this is, I think it's a good move, and it's trying to and I like the thinking is indirect to help.
Right.
Or the other choice is white will attach out. How about that? Because this is already. Without this stone, I would hesitate for white to play here, because it's just making black stronger, and black is making territory
at the same time.
Yeah, on the 4th line. So we know the 4th line territory is good. But since there is a stone here, I don't mind to make a black a little bit stronger, because that will be overly concentrated.
Because black is already strong on this side, right?
Right. So there's no possibility for white to play anywhere close or invade. There's no such a thing. So white could just do that, and black goes here, and then attack. So I think that this move white must get, because if you let the black extend, black are gonna settle it
it's
here.
very big on the top side.
Right. So I would like that. I would like that for white.
So making this exchange first, and then coming back to pincer.
If we can get it, but I don't see how black can ignore it. If black honey, you just simply extend. If black extend, try to settle that stone. Here's the weakness, right? So if white cuts off and connect with this rule, white should be happy too.
There is some weakness in the shape.
Right. So I think that's it's a real possibility. But I'm sure both players evaluate those options, and they choose to play here. The only reason I can explain it is that white thinks I don't worry about black enclose me, because I can connect under. So he probably, white player probably think that's a forcing move.
Yeah.
If you go here, then I can still come out.
Right. So that's one of the sequences white's implying by playing this move here. There's a potential slide on the second line.
Right.
So in the game, white play the follow-up.
Yes.
Suggested.
That's what a white-black planned when black peep. So that's the follow-up move.
Right.
So at this point, it will be just too dangerous for white to block it, and black will push up and split the 2 groups. That'll be really bad. So now white has 1, 2, 3 weak groups, and none of these could connect to each other. So that would be disaster for white. So the only choice for white is to block and try to connect.
Trying to keep his groups together.
Yes.
Because otherwise there will be too many targets for black to attack.
Yeah, too weak.
I see. So white blocks.
Connect, right?
Black connects. White extends.
Yeah, that's good.
Black follows here.
And then it has to block.
Right. So that's what white did in the game. On a. Oh. Black in the game continued by approaching this corner.
Oh, okay, so that's just ignored.
Yeah.
Here. I guess black think there's not much, there's not a really good move or a compelling move for black to play. If black goes too close and it would just that's just capture too small, not worth a move. If black goes here and still leave option for white to coming out. So since there's no really obvious good move, so black ignored to play here. I still think white should attach out before that.
Right.
So if white gets this, that would be perfect. If black plays like that, white doesn't have to extend. It should just block here.
Yeah.
So that would be a nice, better situation for white. But anyway, I don't understand why white didn't go here. So now
we have this
it's
shape.
Yeah, because black had this stone, so basically that move is gone.
So if white plays here, then
Black doesn't need to respond, right? So if white played earlier, black has to extend, but now it basically gave black a free move, jumping out to attack this and that. So white lost this move.
So the move order does matter here.
It did, definitely.
Yeah. It matters a lot in Go, doesn't it?
Well, I think every detail matters in Go. So you do need to consider. So when white plays here, I think black's timing to start to attack this group in order to get this move, I thought that's really good. Black did it really well, and so get rid of the AGA here, the attach move. So white doesn't have that center, so I think that's good.
And so black plays here in the game, and we should continue with the actual game. White plays here.
Well, this move I don't know. It seems white is pretty greedy, try to get the corner and also tag the black stone, but it just feel white is a little bit weak here. Let's see.
So what would you say are the usual responses to this move?
Well, the usual response definitely is just simply jump. Because there's still some distance. Jump is a very safe move.
Yeah.
But maybe white think it's not efficient. Black still have the corner invasion.
Right.
And white, what white trying to do is he want to block the corner, and then later he want to save a move. Just jump here, and that's become all his territory.
So if white can jump out, then that's pretty good shape, right?
Yeah, and lots of territory. So, but it leaves weakness. So I think.
Let's see what black did in the game. Oh, jumping here. So denying white the slide on the second line.
Separate white, right? So these two stones separated, and if it captured, that's lots of territory here.
Yeah. So white jumps out. So it looks like that was what white intended.
White's plan, but it's a big risk for white. Yeah, this is just. I think this is just too good for black, and then after this exchange, it makes really difficult for white to escape. Right. So normally you have to coming out, right?
Yeah.
If you stay, you can't go too far away from the two stones and get cut off. But if white stay connected, then they're going to be enclosed. So now you can see this move.
That does make a difference now.
Right. And look at the timing, and black really did it well here. So attack this to get the extra move, and then aim at to capture these two stones, and not just capture. It capture big. See, he's tried to block, and this is the most efficient way to play. I think black did it well here.
Yeah. So if we look at this rectangle of 6 by 8, it does look very big, right? If black can capture the entire group here, that means black will have a lot of territory.
That's huge. And then if you look at white really doesn't have a lot of territory, and the group is, I mean, this is probably the biggest area, but still there's an invasion.
Oh, we have got a question from the chat. If white did O14 before J17, what is stopping black? So O14. If white had made this exchange. So this is what we suggested. What is stopping black from doing N12 in... I'm trying to get better at reading coordinates. In anticipation of J17. So
N12.
N12 is
it's like somewhere here.
Somewhere here. N12. Where's the 12th line?
J.
Something like something here. Looks like it. Yeah. Something like that.
Well, first of all, if white gets this, and white will still get back to this move. So, if black play anywhere around the middle, white slide to enter to connect. So that means if black wants to capture this group, black has to play a move somewhere around here to separate white. But then white already get this, and then white could, in this case, I think. Well, in this case, white could play capping because it's just enough connections to make that. So, I don't quite get the question. For black to play in somewhere here.
It seems like if white has this stone and that exchange made, white can either come out or slide from the second line.
Right. So I think getting this exchange, getting this center move, that's always good for white. Because look at this, black already get only knight's moved one space in between these two stones. So if you don't mind the black add another move, it's overly concentrated. And here you're not going to block anyway, right? So you're going to connect.
Blocking outside.
Right. So and that. So I don't see there's no negative reason for white not to get this exchange.
It does make a huge difference visually.
Well, yeah, I think so too.
Because in the game it looks like something like this, and here we are. And when
seems white lost a move here.
Oh wow! And losing a move in a high-level game makes a huge difference, right?
Yeah, that's maybe not the full a move, but at least like half of the move is gone. Just imagine if you have this, and you will still get this move,
right? And
now you could just do anything, right? You could just do anything to escape or even try to connect. That would make a huge difference.
So in the game, seems like after black got this stone over here, we refer to Q12 as the golden point. A lot of things have changed. It looks like now it's difficult for white to escape, right?
Right. So now if white comes here, black is just simply enclosed.
I see.
Right. So it's not center anymore because of this stone. Anyway, so I still think white should attach before approaching that stone.
Right. So in the game, white didn't make that exchange. What he did on the left side was his pincer.
Pincer, yeah, it's a big move, but I'm still concerned that this black group is just way too big.
I see. Yeah, so white's trying to make something up on the left side.
Good.
Here.
Because you can see from the extension, the corner, there's still 4 space here. So you cannot let white have all of them without adding a move. So that's why black invade. Another possibility to invade is here, aim at the connect under. But I think these two are the choices, and black choose to approach the corner.
You mentioned earlier that there is some weakness in this area.
Yeah,
right?
and white wouldn't want to add another move. And it's just too inefficient because there's one move here, one move here, and then one move on the second line. But then it leaves, if white player doesn't have a good move to fix the problem, and just leave the option for black to attack, that's not very good position to be in. So in this case, if white jumps out, and black will jump into the corner.
Wow.
Well, it depends on what white responds. White has 2 ways to separate these 2 stones. One is block, then black will hane.
And connect.
No?
No?
Think about, yeah?
Oh, wait. Tiger's mouth?
Yes, that's right. Good move. So,
I'm happy.
yeah, so if
Sensei praised me today.
if connect, there's no cut. You can see with the tiger mouse, you can push and cut here.
Right.
Isn't that nice?
Oh, that's
so
so
yeah,
good.
so you connect one group or the other.
So in this case, if black gets the corner, it would almost be too much for white to take.
Yeah,
right?
that's the disaster. It's just like white could have resigned right there.
Oh, wow.
So another way for white to separate this stone, and this is the test for you. Wait, we haven't finished here.
Oh.
So white goes here,
Right.
black goes here, and white has another move to separate. So you can see that's identical shape. White separate this and separate that. So where's your next move?
That looks very symmetrical to me.
Yeah, it's symmetrical.
If I tilt my head this way. So by that principle, somewhere in the middle, right?
Wow, that's really smart. Yeah, that's really good.
It certainly
Really
looks good.
Okay, so when black gets that, and so black could push and cut here, or black could push and cut here. So the no matter what white, if black is the corner, so there's no way white can capture both sides. So white
I wish
has
I
to
could play that in
decide.
one of my games. One day I will.
Well, if your opponent allows you to do that, so that's why white didn't play here, right?
see.
Because white sees that that's going to happen.
Yeah. Wow, that is very cool indeed. Best
Interesting
I've seen in a
pattern.
while. So white, in fact, didn't play. There,
White's
but
played it
rather-
much tighter,
Yeah.
right? So it won't give black chance to get to the corner.
So black in response, Hanade.
Yeah,
And white's cutting.
cross cut.
Seems very complicated. So black Ataris. White extends.
So black is trying to live in the corner,
Yes.
and will have no trouble to do so.
So white must block, and black must connect. So everything here is pretty necessary for both players, right?
For both player,
Yeah.
yeah, but white is losing a big corner.
I see. It is a lot of territory.
Yeah.
And black Atari's here. White connects.
Jump down.
Black jumps down.
Yeah, it's a big corner. Now what black is almost like 10 points in that corner. So white lose a lot of points
Right.
with this, but the good thing is for white is that white gets a center.
Right.
This center worth a lot. I
Yeah.
think right now, So white still have this side, so the pincer still has a big value and keep this side. So
Right.
I think this is the only thing white needs to do is white has to save these 2 stones. If white lose these 2 stones, it's just way too big. So white has to do something. If white could save the 2 stones, maybe still close. So there's a connecting move here. So since white now is strong,
Yeah.
and these 3 stones look a little bit weaker compared to before, so white could take advantage of that. But
Right.
also white has to cut the center. If
I
white
see.
if white gets this exchange, there's no connection.
Right, because if black plays there,
Right. So without this, black could play.
Right.
We could monkey jump.
not just kind of first line.
Yeah, so the monkey jump is a really cool move, so they connected. But anytime white cuts here, black has to respond the corner, because otherwise white push in could capture the corner.
Yeah.
So that's a center. So you can't assume there's no connection for black.
I see.
So white has to do something using the peeping moves and coming
Right.
out.
So
let's
that's
see how.
the top priority is to you think is to move out.
Right. If black add another move, it's just too big.
I see. So actually, white did peep.
Instead of B17, we have a question
Oh,
here.
we have a question.
This move.
How about black protecting upper right?
Yeah, let's see black goes here. That's actually, I think it's very, very good thinking, because it's a huge move. And black should expect that if black get a gote in that corner, what's going to do something. So it's natural. I think this is a very good question. It's natural for black to think about adding a move to capture the whole thing. And if the corner can still survive, definitely that's the way to go.
Right.
But then we have to look at that. So that's a test for us. We have to figure out the life and death in that corner. And you have to figure out. First of all, let's think one step at a time. What's gonna go next to that corner to attack that corner?
So we often say if you want to kill a group, one of the common approaches is to reduce its living space.
Right, squeeze the space as small as you can. So in this case, let's see how far white can go in there.
So what comes to mind first is this tiger's mouth.
Tiger's mouth.
Hane.
So black
Black
honey.
Hane. So if white extends, that's letting black live again.
Yeah,
right?
so this black could push and then come back. That's an easy live for black.
Right.
So that's not the most efficient. Let's see. How about jump here? So I wouldn't want to make that exchange, because this diagonal move for black is necessary to make the space.
Yeah.
So black will make the diagonal.
And if white tries to block,
And then
black-
first of all, black do have a connection. The monkey face, the monkey jump
the
works.
magic's still there.
Right. So or locally black could live.
I see.
So I think whoever asked this question, I think that's really, really a good player and good thinking. And
Maybe
so
stronger
if
than me.
that's what I would consider as a black, and I would add another move.
I see.
Because I don't see there's an obvious move for white to can kill that corner. Can white do this?
That's what I was
Thinking about
thinking.
it. Okay.
A little bit. Well, we did see in the previous two variations, black got both of the times black got this Kasumi. So one of the proverbs is so if the opponent
Play
is always
where-
getting this
yeah.
vital point, we try to get it right.
Play where your opponent wants to play.
Yeah.
But this is a center. Atari is a center. So white also has some problem with the connection.
I see.
So once black connects, you can see there's no connection for white.
White extends.
And then you can just simply block.
I see.
So another move for white could hane and connect.
Right.
And when black Atari, there's a call. Yeah, but I don't think a black really need to worry about too much about this call, because if black wins this call, white loses a lot as well. So, so I think this is actually a strong move. Just let white to debate whether white wants to take that.
So you're
risk.
saying this is actually could be a good move.
Yeah, I think it's a very good move. I think it's a very good move. If I were black, I would definitely consider that move. Although jump into corner is safe and it's a big move, but this is such an urgent move for black.
I see.
Because white is getting stronger, and white's gonna use the thickness, get those free moves, try to save this the two stones.
I see. We may have a pro in the audience. Maybe. So
Or future pro.
future pro. That's right. So in the game, black actually did spend one more move in the corner. White
Peeps.
peeks. And that connects. Oh, so it seems like white does realize that there's a problem here.
Yeah. I think at this point, I think white caught up a lot.
Oh,
Yeah, I do think black, that move should be here.
see.
That's a good move.
because now white could be escaping from this area.
Not only just white escaping, and also black is a weak group. And
Yeah.
as we explained before, white cut is a center anytime there's no connection for black, and that could be potential big trouble.
Wow. The game has changed dramatically. So black plays here. White makes this exchange.
So white seems is just trying to make two whites inside, right there.
Mm-hmm.
No? Okay.
So white.
Okay, so what this does is, without this, he was concerned about
The
white's
cut
gonna
maybe?
get cut.
Yeah.
And now if he black cuts, white could have captured the stone easily. So that protects.
Right.
If white can come out, that's preferred choice for white, because that separates black, so it could attack black.
So not only is white alive, he is also putting pressure on this black group.
Yes, but if white goes here, isn't with push cut definitely is a bad move. But how about something like this?
So
Connect, then honey.
wow. So white
The
will have
reason
to,
is I have this center, right? That's a cutting point. So if I have this center, and then should I just go here directly? But white has this center as well. So I think it need a more accurate calculation, but it seems there is some kind of cutting here. So
Yeah.
Black goes here, white honeys, and if you black push, then white
With
could
an Atari.
Atari and go here. So the
Yeah.
move order has to get right. So black may not get all of these moves. So for example, if black goes here, and then white's gonna using this forcing move. If black connects, and then white connects. So
Right.
black may not get all of these.
in that case, if you can not cut white apart, then his group is in trouble, right?
Yeah.
So that's definitely changed the way of things. Black kicks here.
Here.
Uh,
Push in.
So black connects in the game.
It's just hard to believe black let those white stones come out.
Wow.
Black has to do everything to prevent this happening. I think the move here and maybe is a little bit slow. I think it
I
should
see.
be. It's just too big. This move is too big.
Well, I remember that when you walked into the studio, you looked at the board, and you said that black was in a good position. And
Because white two stone at that point, white two stone is dead. But now, since black gets Gode and gave white chance to move it out, so I think that's the problem is this move. So if black adds a move here, that would be really difficult situation for white.
So this is the actual game. We shall continue.
So white will have no trouble to live here. So Atari center, for example, and this is center. Oh, didn't Atari just pushed? That's the actual game.
Black connected.
Yeah. So black see there's no point to cut. So white could live there and leaves a cutting points here.
Yeah.
And so black end up to connecting here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just couldn't believe white could have just escaped so easily.
Wow.
This really changes the.
Yeah, it seems like white escaped and he has good shape.
I think black just too relaxed to play that corner move. He didn't really anticipate a white could run, but how can you not, right? But let's see more.
All right. Well, white hanes and black blocks. White clamps here.
Okay, so now the situation is white is escaped, and now black become a weak group.
Wow.
That changes things.
The hunter becomes the hunted.
That's right. So somewhere move here is big. That will be a big move. The reason I choose this point is that next move I have a good forcing move.
So that would be a follow-up.
Yes. So that's almost a center move. If I get this, you get that, get this center, and then that is center. You can see the game's just
the endless flow of centers.
So that's what I would do.
Wow. A lot stemming from that one move. So black actually played here in the game.
Similar. So black is aiming the forcing move next.
Yes, and actually it seems like we're caught up to the game, and this is so potentially looks like we're here in the fight.
But still, white could capping to keep this group. I still think that this is better.
I see.
Well, I mean, I like this better. This gave a capping. Well, this makes harder for white because center, and this capping it won't be a good shape as an elephant's eye. But he played very solid. Tried to keep the connection.
Right. Well, so that's where the game has gone so far. I believe we're up to date with the current game.
Really? Oh, that's really a slow game.
It is a long battle. Each player has 90 minutes, I believe. So
they've been playing 2.5 hours, and only how many moves is this?
This is move 63.
63. Wow. Yeah.
This is almost pro level time settings, right? Well, it is. Actually,
well, actually, 1.5 hours for each, you say?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So both players can take their time.
So we have a question here.
Yeah, we have a question from chat. Is Black unhappy with this result? He has much more cash and still has outside influence.
Where's Black cash? I think the cash means here, right?
I suppose territory.
Where's the outside influence? I don't see Black has outside influence. I see Black has a potential weak group here.
Yeah. Actually, 2 more moves
Oh,
from
white,
the game.
yeah. So white made that exchange. Make sure there's no connection there.
No more magic.
Yeah, no more magic on the first line. So now white could focus on attacking, or I think white could add another move. Wow.
Oh.
Okay, so this is more played really tightly.
Yeah.
What if black honey? So
These people like to fight.
That's normally you
Right.
would think just capping move, and if black goes here, and then you just capture it. Instead of block and give another center, if you go here, you can see there's no more center or no more good center, and that's 2 space jump and keep the connection. So
Yeah.
I think that's pretty good. So when white, definitely white needs a move in here. You cannot let black to start
Yes.
to play here. You can see with all these forcing moves, black is just loosely connected. That just changes right away. And I would go here, but
Right.
That's without really much of a calculation. Just right there, the first instinct.
First instinct.
Is here. But let's see what happened
Yeah. So
to
black
their game.
colors. And
Can you cut? If you cannot cut, then I don't see why the reason to play here, right? So you must try cut.
seems like cross-cutting would be the first. Well, what comes to mind first, right?
Well, but I think when white plays here, white is supposed already have the plan to handle the hane move. Let's see.
So in order for this to work, white must read the sequence out.
Yeah, beforehand, and then black has this Atari. I don't
Yes.
see how this is gonna work for white. But if you cannot cut, or when you cut, when black Atari, you cannot extend. That means you have to Atari here, and squeeze it. Oh. Okay, let's get back to, I think the game is more exciting. The real game is more exciting. Let's get back to the real game. White has this. So he planned it. When he plays here, he already have a plan, and that's what he's gonna do. And he just take a moment to double check.
Wow.
So
That's
what
crazy.
what happened is, white, if black go Atari here and there's 2 cuts,
Black will be cut off, right?
Right,
Because he
right,
can't take
right.
care of both.
and then if black goes here, he will connect. So white made sure the no connection, and it goes here, and that's a center, and cut.
Wow.
That's pretty clever.
Didn't see that coming. Black's already. We got a reaction cam from the studio. Black looks really surprised. He is smiling. Well, that means.
Why he's smelling? If he's in trouble.
That
Okay, now it's
Probably, yeah. He probably is surprised. This looks like a
maybe
Tsuji.
smell for for white. So that's a good move. The black really doesn't have a good follow move,
Right.
so it's just give up there.
Well, I'm smiling because I'm not playing as black.
But let's see. If white has to add a move somewhere here to cut off the 3 stones,
Right.
so you can see here, center.
Yes.
Can white goes here? Well, it's not urgent. So this is center for black later on, right? But not necessarily if black play right away. So black will add
see.
another move to save these 2. So that's also an exchange. White had a lot of territory here before. Remember, if white just simply capping move, white will keep this area. So now this area is gone, and white switched the territory from here to here. And I think that's still pretty. I think it's reasonable for black, because that becomes center. That's a huge move.
I see.
So if black is this and clam, it has some bad AGA.
I see.
Not necessarily 100% center, but
So
some AGA.
if the
for
trade
example.
happens here, you would say that it's not bad for black?
Yeah, not too bad. I think that's not too
That's
bad.
actually what black did in the actual game. He did make the Atari.
that white has add another move.
Yes, and that's where we're at. He certainly did read out that there's no way of continuing that there.
But white also put a lot of thinking into this before white attached this move. So this is a plan. I think both players really make good efforts to play their best.
That was a really cool move. I didn't expect it.
Yeah, I didn't see that either. I was just thinking, if you cannot cut, then what would you do? And then he come up with this. But I think this is not bad exchange for black.
I see. So we're waiting for white to make the decision. So yeah.
So we're already caught up
we're
with
caught
the actual game. So it did connect. White did connect here.
Yeah, actually, why don't we wait for a little bit and see how the players decide their moves? We could take a little break.
Yeah,
if you'd
sure.
Like to. Thanks for watching so far. We'll be back in a minute or so. This is the 33rd annual U.S. Go Congress. We're watching the U.S. Open Masters round 3, I believe, with Hu Ziyang, 2-dan pro, taking black against Ray Song, 1-dan pro. So it's been very exciting so far.
Oh, I think they did a really, really good job playing that. This is really good move. I mean, good game for so far. They gave us some interesting, their interesting plan and put a lot of thoughts into the game. So I think it's really exciting.
Yeah, well, we'll come back with more exciting moves with commentary brought to you by it happens by Fengyun 9-dan Professional. Thank you so much for your comments so far.
You're welcome.
And we'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
See you then. Hi, this is Stephen Hu from the Skybox that's overlooking the main players area, and we're still covering the US Open Masters Round 3, and looks like there has been quite a battle going on, so it might go the distance here. So we're going to take a break until 1 p.m. So for now, we'll just reboot the broadcast really quickly. Don't go anywhere because we'll be back in 5 minutes with the real game footage. And commentary with Feng Yun, non-professional, will resume at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. All right, see you in a bit.